What's happening, Cabinets? It's me, truly the dumbest. And today, I have a bit of a simple video. Nothing too unique or nothing too special. I really didn't know what to do for today, or for this week's video. So I decided at the beginning of the week that I was gonna go through, look at all the base kit perks for killer, and think of ways to balance them a bit better. Because I'm sure, as we all know, most killer perks in the game, or most base kit killer perks, are pretty bad, right? They range from very useful, or they range from, I'd say, useful but niche, to Shadowborn. And I figured it'd be fun to do a bit of a balance video, see, or quote unquote balance video. Just to do a video, see what kind of changes I can come up with to make the perks better. So yeah, I don't need any more building up to anything. So let's check it out. All right. So first on our list, I have Hex. No one escapes death, or NOED. Of course, NOED is a very, very aggressively hated perk by the survivor community. I understand. It can be annoying. Usually when it activates, I do leave my entire team. I'm not a good survivor, so I don't, should be expected. But that being said, here's my change for No One Escapes Death. Before the Hex is active, when you hook a survivor for the first time, you gain a token. For each token, you gain a buff. One token, your movement speed is increased by 2, 3, and 4% based off, obviously, the rarity or the tier. 2 tokens, you gain a 75% blood point increase in the sacrifice and / devout category. 3 tokens, you become hindered, or survivors become hindered by 3%. And 4 tokens, all survivors are exposed until the Hex is destroyed. When the exit gates are powered, if there is a dull totem remaining in the trial, this Hex is applied to it. The aura of the totem is revealed within a 6, 8, 10, 12 meters, based off the token count, range. If this Hex is cleansed, the effects of your first 2 tokens will linger until the trial ends. So basically, each token you get, or each hook you get, you gain a token. For every token you gain more and more power. The first one, like I said, movement speed increase. The second one is a blood point increase. The third one is a survivor slowdown, and then fourth is the exposed. And whenever the Hex is cleansed, the tokens 4 and 3, which is the slowdown for survivors and the exposed effect, will be removed, but the movement speed and the blood point increase will remain. So that's all for NOED. So going down to Spies from the Shadows. Through your trials, you've grown a close bond to the crows that occupy the realms. When a survivor disturbs a crow, they will alert you with a loud sound notification, and their aura is revealed to you for 2 seconds. That's it. I just added a 2-second aura reading effect. Not a super huge change, but I feel like it will be a lot more helpful, even with a 1-second chain, a 1-second aura reading. I think with Lethal Pursuer, it could be a lot more useful in games. So maybe a bit too strong though. I don't know. What I do know is we're done with that, and we're going to move on to Insidious. Chasing survivors gives you an uncanny stealth abilities. When chasing a survivor for 35, 25, or 15 seconds, you build a meter. Upon filling your meter, or your meter requirement, you become undetectable for 30 seconds. So basically, kind of like a useful version of Beast of Prey. Beast of Prey? Yeah, Beast of Prey. No, I think it might be Bloodhound. Well, no, it's Beast of Prey. It is Beast of Prey. Where, you chase survivors, you gain the meter. Once it fills up, you can just become undetectable for 30 seconds. I feel like it's still going to be pretty niche, but it might be a lot more helpful and, just a lot more fun to use. So, that's really it for that. Now moving on to Bitter Murmur. Unlocks potential in one's aura reading ability. Each time a generator is completed, the auras of all survivors within 16, 20, 24 meters of a generator is revealed to you for 10 seconds. So basically just a time extension. I believe a range extension. I don't remember the original. I don't have it up here, just my changes. And then you can see the auras of all survivors. So basically just making it a lot more, or giving a lot more information than before. So yeah, it's kind of like it's basically just like the end game generator pop, but for all 5 generators rather than just for the last one. I feel like Bitter Murmur is pretty good on some killers, but it's still kind of niche and could, you know, could be better without being super oppressive. So there you go. Now moving on to Deerstalker. Great rewards come to those who please the entity. The auras of survivors in the dying state are revealed to you at all times. Their auras grow stronger the closer you are to the survivor. The auras of survivors within a 6, 8, and 10 meter radius of the dying survivor is revealed to you. This effect lingers for 2 seconds. So basically, you can see the down survivor at all times, and whenever a survivor is within a certain range, maybe the range can be toned down a bit, but whenever you're in a certain range of survivor, the aura lingers for a couple seconds. Basically, just trying to make it a lot more useful, give more like utility to it rather than what it has right now, which is kind of one of the worst perks in the game. So yeah. Alright, so moving on to Distressing. Your horrifying emanation strikes at a supernaturally long distance. Your tear radius is 25, 35, and 40% larger. Any perks involving a range to activate will have its range increased by 8 meters. Now that I'm reading this, I think 8 meters may be too much. Maybe 6 or 4. But like perks, let's say like Awakened Awareness, instead of it being a 20 meter radius, it would be, in this case, a 28 meter, maybe a 24 meter if, you know, it needs to be tweaked a bit. But basically it just makes it so you can activate perks at a larger range. I wouldn't count tear radius perks for this, mainly because, you know, they have fluctuating values, considering some, you know, killers have larger or smaller tear radiuses than most of them or others. So yeah. Moving on to Iron Grasp. Your powerful grasp on survivors instills fear to all and causes escapes to be nearly impossible. Decreases wiggle effects by 75%, increases the wiggle duration by 6, 10, and 14%, and upon picking up a survivor, any survivor within an 8 meter radius will scream, revealing their location. So basically just kind of buff the numbers a tad bit, I believe. I think I might not have changed anything about that, but if I remember properly, I think I did. And then just making it so survivors scream whenever you pick someone up. Bit dumb, still super niche, probably would stay really niche if this was a thing. But I just think it makes it a bit more fun, a bit more interactive, I guess. So yeah, that's it for that. Now on to Unrelenting. Missing your attacks cause a great amount of anger, allowing you to recuperate your missed attacks quicker. Reduces basic attack miss cooldowns. I had it worded properly, my bad. By 30, 40, and 50%. Missing your basic attacks increases your movement speed by 5% for 3 seconds. Sorry about that. So basically, you miss your attack, it recovers quicker, and then you can move faster for a short amount of time. I don't know if this will help anything, just like Iron Grasp, or if it'll be too strong, kind of like Spies in the Shadows, or From the Shadows. I'm sorry. Whew. But I think it'd be pretty fun or interesting to try out. But yeah, nothing really else to add, so that's Unrelenting. Now for the final perk I have changed, Whispers. Your understanding of the whispers of the entity grow as your connection with the entity grows. You hear sporadic whispers of the entity whenever a survivor is within 32, 24, and 60 meter radius of your location. You gain a token for every survivor in your tear radius. So basically, I believe I made the radius tighter. Once again, like I said, I don't have any of the original perks in front of me. It's just the ones that I changed. So that could be wrong. But if I know for a fact I did change, basically whenever a survivor is in your tear radius, or for every survivor within the radius, not the tear radius. Sorry, I typed a couple of these in properly. But whenever a survivor is within the radius of the perk, you gain a token. So it's like if there's 2 survivors, you have 2 tokens. If all 4 are there, you have 4. Because at the moment, it just kind of activates whenever a survivor's in your radius. So like on moments when you're hooking someone and it's active, you don't know if there's a survivor nearby or if that's just a survivor on hook. So you hook them, in your radius you'll have 2 tokens, there's a survivor nearby. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, as I said, Whispers was the final perk I had updated. I feel like at the moment every other base kit perk that I didn't list, which was like I think 2 that I didn't list, are really fine. My knowledge are like what I decided to change was influenced by Otsdarva's most recent perk tier list. So yeah, I mainly just took all the ones that were super low, below like the 3 or the 2 to 3 star rating, and bumped them up a bit. But yeah, nonetheless, that's all I have here. If you guys liked any of the changes, let me know. If you guys didn't, tell me why. Give me some ideas to make it a bit better, maybe a bit worse, if I overbuff some of these. And if you guys enjoyed the short little video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I got a Christmas event review coming out, next week or 2. So watch out for that. Until then, without anything else to say, without nothing further to add, I bid you a farewell and goodbye. Yeah.